Part 1, I first evaluated Dave Vrudny to evaluate Paul's speech.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Thank you also for that wonderful applause on the... No, I'm just kidding. No applause. And especially Paul. First of all, did you know Paul just got a job at HP? He just got a new job at HP. Let's get it around. Congratulations.
It needs a party.
Party's coming up. Well, let me tell you what I liked about Paul's speech. First of all, I want to commend Paul on his dry wit. Very funny. Very funny. And Paul told me some time ago that he was considering at some point, and I think he told all of us in his speech. Remember that? Remember when he said he wanted to maybe be in bars, maybe give humorous talks, be in a comedy club? And Paul, you could definitely do that. Very, very funny. When you said things like, when you say fairy tale and Kim Kardashian, when you marry those words up, it's always funny. Kim Kardashian's always funny, I think. And also, I think of like the sitcoms. You ever watch sitcoms like Good Times? Ever seen that show? Or Family Ties, or Archie Bunker, where they'll start off with a lot of humor, it gets you kind of relaxed, and then they have a serious point. And when you have humor and a serious point, it makes the point much more sticky. And there was a point in Paul's speech, after a lot of laughs, when he talked about the personal struggle that he had. And that was a callback to a previous speech. And it was really strong. Very strong. I could feel the connection that I had to Paul. And I imagine you felt a connection to Paul when you open up and you tell something personal about yourself. Particularly going through a struggle like that. That's hard to do. And I think it really deepens the connection with the audience. And the connection is what speaking is all about. So I commend Paul on drawing that connection. And I thought Paul did a really good job of supporting his points throughout the speech. The fact that journalism is dead. He had a lot of stories about that. Chick-fil-A talked about, right? A lot of different points about that. He backed up that point. In fact, the first thing he said is journalism is dead. And then most of everything he said was addressing that point. So commend Paul for being very organized in addressing that. And I was thinking along the lines of Michael Jackson. I thought I remembered all that coverage Michael Jackson got. And I like Michael Jackson's music. Geez, he got a lot of coverage. A lot of, I think, more important things were happening. Fortunately, he passed away, but that's just my opinion. Now, in my opinion, maybe two things Paul could have done to improve. I noticed Paul was moving around a lot. Did you notice that? Now, when you do that, you come across, I think, a little bit nervous. I think Craig Valentine said that too. He won the world championship. Even though Paul wasn't nervous, but he sort of seemed like you are. Now, you moved a couple times, I think, well. For example, when you said, now moving right along, and then you moved. That was good. And when you move points, it's good. But just moving around without a purpose to it. Like, but let action drive the movement. Like, there's something with an action or a timeline. If you said, 5 years ago, let me tell you what life was like. And then today, here's what I'm like now, but in 5 years. Actually, I'm going the opposite way, because actually the audience should be right to left. But anyway, that's just a minor thing. The other thing, too, maybe your dress, I think it might have enhanced the message, maybe a little more formal attire, like what Aaron's wearing. That's just my opinion. But overall, great job, great connection, very strong. You reiterated your points very well, and very funny. And I invite you, absolutely, to participate in the humorous speech contest. I think you're going to do very well.